We are many. Those that live beyond the veil of darkness where nightmares are born. Sanity knows no bounds, and men's thrives on the suffering of the dead. Rot in the solace in the souls of the weak. We have taken refuge here among the mortals in hope of a harvest full of innocence. Tread lightly in the search for the voices and stories of the departed. For in shadow hides the evil that lurks within. As the light dies and slowly becomes night, the realm of spirits rule the world. In the darkness of your mind hides your own hidden demons, and brings to life your deepest fear. Do you have what it takes to speak to the dead? Do you accept your own mortality in the search for life after life? Have you ever seen a ghost, spirit, or demon? Have the lights flickered and the room became as cold as death itself? Maybe you have. Maybe it was your own subconscious preparing you for death. Come spend some of what's left of your own existence in our search for the answers that are hidden behind the veil. Shed off the blinders and open your mind's eye and listen to their stories. We are they. We are Incarnate Paranormal.
And what is up, everybody? How y'all doing? Wednesday, we're halfway through the week. Actually, a little bit more than halfway, but that's a good sign. Yeah. That's about all I got for today. Is just very interesting day at work. It's just like, oh, come on. Just weird shit, but that's the industry I work in. Just go in every day and expect the unexpected, and it happens. Anyways, hope you guys are all doing well. Last night we left off at, 37:35, and got, 4 EVPs last night? Yeah, 4 EVPs last night. It is what it is on that one. Got everything loaded up for this section, the rest of this section of the recorder. It is another, hour and a half. About another hour and a half. We don't have much. It's pretty much almost flat lined. We might skip a little bit through some of the dull parts just to, save the monotony. But we could just let it play and just, I don't know, maybe bullshit all night. And David, see you snuck in. How you doing tonight? Dead, see you kind of nuzzled on in too. So hope you gentlemen are doing well. See if we have some more people kind of come in tonight. See what happens. We're day by day getting closer to NSP Part 4. Everybody at work's asking about it too. They're like, so you got the dates set? It's like, I got the days set. We're good. So first it's open to the viewers, then it's open to investigators, then I'll open it up to coworkers if they want to go. They want to come and see what it's like for Brent to investigate. They're more than welcome to join. I'll take them to some of the most fucked up areas and just leave them alone for a few minutes. Just like I did Deads and Culinary. Be like, I'll be right back. I gotta go swap out batteries. No, seriously, I did have to swap out batteries on the GoPro. So, on that's still fun. I'm anticipating so much more for the fourth investigation. Yeah. That being said, guys, let's get into this audio. You weren't scared, but you didn't know what to anticipate. I know you weren't scared. You just didn't know what to anticipate. Because that is one of the heaviest areas of the prison. And I did, for the record, for this potential news, I did send off some EVPs to him. Last night after the show, I had to went through the files. I sent him, I think about 20 EVPs from culinary and execution viewing. I was like, okay, what to send them? Okay, yeah, I know what to send them. And these were couple of the bad ones, couple of the good ones, and one of the ones that was just, fuck you. So they can understand it's like you're not just going to get the normal type of EVPs, you're going to get insulted. So what better way to send a producer an EVP that just says, fuck you? If that isn't class, I don't know what is. Maybe it isn't class. Maybe it's a little low class. But in my eyes, it's classy. It's a classy EVP. Why? Because it's in a freaking prison. We're not getting that. That's way, way too distant. We can try to bump it and see, but I don't think. Yeah.
You're right on time for your appointment.
And Dead's with the resub.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You know the routine. So what we can do. So what we're going to do here, Deads, I'm going to give you the option. I've got oh shit. Give me a second here. They're going all over the place. I got 5 left in the box. I've got 5 left in this box. So, I can either eat the 5 or I can open the new box and spin for 2. What would you prefer? Eat the 5 or open the new box and spin for 2? I'm going to let you decide. So it looks like we've got three Cayennes and 2 Reapers. Might as well finish off the old stuff first. Okay, there you go. Here's 1. There's 2. There's 3. 4. 5. Holy fuck, were those hot. Oh, shit. I think that's that batch that I got. Were right where they poured the the flavoring into the tumbler. They shouldn't be this hot. Oh my god. They definitely should not be that hot. I almost want to drink a hot sauce just to kill the flames. That opened up the sinuses, it really did. Excuse me 1 second, my nose is running. Yeah, that flat out opened up the sinuses. Holy shit. Let's get back to audio. That's burning right back in the jowls. Woo. And Tristan, I see you snuck in. How you doing tonight? So we got Deds, David, and Tristan. Who else is going to sneak in here tonight? Yeah, that was very, very weird blend. That's like a big WTF. Yeah, where? Yeah, David, I'd really suggest staying away from the cheap ones. Tascam DRO5, Zoom H1N are great recorders to start with. No matter what you do, you can find some Zoom H1Ns used on eBay for a pretty good price. I just spend the extra $20 and get a new one. Zoom H1N, as you know, primarily what I use, or the Tascam DRO5. Both $100, and you've got amazing quality audio on both. So, it all depends what you want to spend. And I did find fairly cheap Zoom fucking GoPro Hero 8 Blacks. I found a good place to get them for about $260 a pop. And so, like I said, that's the next project. Might be backing away from audio a little bit, unless we're doing these. And yeah, we're going to get more video. Definitely more static cameras. So I'll need to get the GoPro, the light, and the battery pack. Looking at 24-bit Philips, 200 Canadian. That's roughly 180 US. Check out a Zoom H1N. See what those are Canadian. Then, of course, you have to buy a memory card for it. Like what we're analyzing right now is a Zoom H1N. So, like I said, it all is what do you want to start with? What do you want to do? You know, we are hearing very, very distant voices here. I think these are coming from the other side of the wall in the prison. They're too far away to amplify. So, you know, we got to remember debunking that unless it's right inside the shower. Deads, yes, I did. I listened to the whole thing today. Uh, just so everybody knows, Dead sent me a link to a Joe Rogan podcast of Cody and something. I forget the guy's other name. They had talked about Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum here in Las Vegas, about how haunted or active it actually was. The Dybbuk box, Peggy the doll, and Sam and Colby. Thank you. Evidently, they have a YouTube channel. They go around to a lot of these haunted locations. They have been arrested a couple times for trespassing. They're not shy about it. But they were talking about how active the Haunted Museum actually is. I've been there 5 times. I can tell you it's extraordinarily active, especially in certain areas. The energy that is inside that building, along with the historical energy, yeah, they don't know the half of it. I'm almost tempted to go onto their page and comment and actually explain it to them. And actually, Deads, I'm gonna comment on their page. They need to maybe invite them along and see what they say. But guys, yeah, it's some of that stuff. They just have no idea because they don't take the time. It's lightning investigating. Oh, we're here. Oh, another area. We're here. Oh, time to move. It's like, no, you gotta sit down and talk to these spirits. 15 minutes in an area generally does not do it. You need at least 30 or 40. Granted, this last investigation, I think we did 10 to 20 before we moved. I think that was more subconscious because I didn't want, the other team walking in on us. So it is what it is on that. We didn't spend enough time in certain areas, but next year, we're going to spend more time in other areas. I know execution, Neil Pitney's cell, culinary, we spent at least an hour. So like 4 or 5 of the areas we did spend an hour. The others, it was kind of, okay, we're not feeling anything. Let's come back. We spent probably 4 or 5 hours total in Neil Pitney's cell. And that's no bullshit. So, a lot of these areas, people need to know. You can't just rush it. You have to get their trust. So, I don't think we're getting much out of this. Yeah, I've not only the video, but the audio. The audio from night 3. I'm looking forward to execution viewing and Neil Pitney's cell. I'm also looking forward to the video from 11. And I'll go ahead and explain it to you guys. I think I did. Cell block or unit 11. I might have tied a noose and put it up over the railing because one of the prisoners hung himself in there or hung himself. So I took the rope out of the office, tied a makeshift noose up, and put it up there and did an EVP session. I'm waiting to see what kind of activity we get from that, because the happy birthday mom card in Neil Pitney's cell is child's play compared to just putting a freaking noose in a cell. That just takes a whole lot of scrote to do that. I don't think many people would attempt to do that one, for the simple fact of that is actually provoking. That is severe provoking, which is what Brent says to never do. This is almost dead here, guys. But like I said, what show are we on right now? We're on, God, where are we actually at? I should keep notes of this. We're on 58. Being on 58, we still got, 3.5 recorders to go. Oh, wait, yeah, 3.5 recorders. Let's see, we got the rest of this one, Zoom H3 VR, Dead's recorder, the DR05X, and Infirmary and Tascam. 5 recorders on 58, an average of 4 to 5 show for day one. For day one. We still got 5 to go. Well, 4.5 technically. Your roaming recorder, my roaming recorder, but my roaming recorder only got about 2.5 hours, maybe 3. So we're looking at a minimum of 15, 16 or 17 more shows minimum. So that'll take us to 75. So you figure 75 shows for night 1. Night 2, 75 shows, there's 150. We're looking at least show 200 before we dive into that recorder. At least 200 shows. So you figure that one out, guys. You got some waiting to do. Because we still have the video night 1 execution. We still have night 1 picking up all the gear. What audio are we going to get from just picking up the gear? Because that was almost an hour by itself. Guys, we got a long way to go. And we're at 58 now. God, we got problems, guys. We definitely got problems. But that's what we do. So after this one, I think we're going to do the Tascam. Then we're going to do Dead's recorder and Infirmary. Then we're going to save. What we'll do is we'll do my H3VR roaming first. And we'll do Dead's roaming recorder last. So I think we're doing it right this year, because last year we jumped around between night 1 and night 2. We didn't follow a pattern. We just jumped around. And I'm kind of regretting doing it that way. Yeah, this year's perfect. We're 168 EVPs. We're not necessarily going in order of the recorders or where we put them, but we're still staying with night 1. Could get EVPs popping up anywhere. Let's bump it up 5 more, just because. Yeah, it doesn't take long at all. About the time I start complaining about not getting them is when we're going to get them. Yeah, Bagans lives in, they all live in Vegas. Zach lives in Vegas, Aaron lives in Vegas, Billy lives in Vegas. He Zach lives up in Red Rock. Aaron lives out in Henderson, and I'm not sure where Billy lives. So it's, who knows? The hell? No. $100 US. Yeah. If you go to, I believe it's B&H Camera. I think they're still on sale. Let me check for you real quick. B&H Photo, I'm sorry. Zoom H1N on B&H Photo is $74.99 US. So yeah, B&H Photo, Zoom H1N, $74.99 US. So they're still on sale from New Year's, or should I say they're still on sale from Black Friday. So yeah, it should be a and David, here's the link for you. Help you out a little bit. I order a lot from them, so uh, they're reputable. Okay, David, then you know. Every once in a while, it's like, who? People, you say B and H. People just aren't, some people aren't familiar with them. Okay. No worries. What is, thanks, David. The seven most haunted places in New Brunswick: the Algonquin in St. Andrews, French Fort Cave, Miramichi, the fire ship of the Bay of Chaleur. Hopefully, I pronounced that right. Bathurst, Rebecca Lute's grave, Monticon, Mont, Moncton, Centricare in St. John, uh, Dungarvan, Whooper in Blackville, Moncton. Okay, thank you. And Great Island Cemetery in Hillsborough. It seems like some interesting areas, especially Rebecca Lute's grave. Witchcraft. Ooh. Damn. It's outside St. Andrews. So the Algonquin is probably very famous. Wow. That's why I'd like to travel back toward the East Coast and do some of this investigating near some of the witchcraft areas. I think it would be just completely fascinating. I gotta learn how to pronounce some of these places. That way I don't look like a complete blithering idiot behind the microphone. And just remember, I gave one of these to Dad's. David, this is the recorder I started out with. Just a basic old Olympus. A Radio Shack Olympus, nonetheless. What's that? VN 6200? The printing on these are so small anymore. It's like, what the hell? VN 3200. I swore by these for the longest time. And every time I once a paycheck, I see if I could find these on eBay. And I just turn these on and let them be. But the audio quality on them is... it's there. What you're hearing now, static, is because I have it amplified. You don't have to amplify it. This, you just get that natural static to it. It's like, oh, come on. And Sarah, how you doing this evening? I thought we did more investigating in this pod. We still got 2 sections to go, so maybe it picks up. Yeah, David, that's kind of why every once in a while you see me scroll through and jump. Uh, you get kind of used to reading it more than the green. Uh, you can pretty much tell where the energy signatures are going to be for voices. Uh, I've occasionally I'll find them buried down in the bottom of the pink, but very rarely you'll see a little flare up, and that's that's where you try to focus on is those little flares. If you see that dead all along the bottom, 99% chance there's no EVPs. Uh, I think we went back in here 2 or 3 times the first night, but as far as residual right now, we're not seeing anything. I mean, I can turn off the cam. Well, sorry, wrong button. And you can see even behind me there's literally nothing. Like right here might be something. Right there. Very distant door shutting. Come on, what are you doing? Pause it. Because if we'll go back into this area, if you look very faintly, you see a stronger bit of an energy signature. So let me back this up. It was like right in this area, right where I'm circling. It's a little bit more of a signature than the rest, but it's just not enough to dictate saying it could be an EVP. And as we just heard, it's a distant door shutting. So that, on the other hand, that could be an EVP. That very well could be. I probably not, but it's definitely got some distinction to it. Let's go with 8. Let's clean it up just to say we're actually doing something tonight instead of just listening to white noise. Otherwise, it's going to drive me completely up the wall. So we got to go do through our normal little spiel here. Switch channels over to right. Apply, okay. Okay, it's not an EVP. Yeah, so we can go ahead and move on. We tried with kind of a failure as a success rate. Okay, we successfully debunked it. No failures here on the show. We just successfully debunked it. It's not that we didn't find any evidence. we successfully acknowledged there weren't any spirits trying to communicate. So basically, every stream is a success. Yeah, we didn't find any evidence, but we successfully didn't find any evidence. What the fuck? That sounds like screaming. This is something we haven't heard before. Definitely interesting. I'm completely stumped here. Let's clean up. This is strange. Never heard this sound before. So just do what we can to clean it. We know it's going to be wiry. Holy shit. Yeah. I did reverb and that completely cleaned it up. So what are we gonna get? What are we getting into here? What are we getting into? Okay, let's amplify, denoise. Okay, what the fuck? Now I'm hearing words. Now I'm actually hearing words, guys. I don't know. I don't know. Doesn't sound like English. I wonder if this might not just be distortion. It could be distortion. But it's just garbled now. Yeah. Debunk and move on. It's so faint. We bring it up, it destroys it. Which is absolutely terrible. have a feeling that's what we're gonna get for the majority of the rest of this recorder is garbled. It happens though. This happens not all the time, but and occasionally does happen. Something's just too distant to be able to clean up. I'm okay with it. Like I said, we're at 168. We're not doing bad. Is that a scream? That sounds like a scream, but that could be tires on the highway. Tires on the highway. Yeah, Destination Fear NSP. They're like I said, they're amazing people. Chelsea, Dakota, and the other guy. Forgive me for not remembering their names. I think I'm gonna have to go back and watch that episode again, though, David. I've seen it 3 or 4 times. I'll get this just weird rabbit hole. I'll watch Ghost Adventures version of Nevada State Prison. Then I'll watch Destination Fears, Nevada State Prison. Destination Fears is superior. It's so much better because they spent the entire investigation there. They didn't go off to one of the guards' houses. That's why I think they need to go back and do it again, and do it right. I think Ghost Adventures needs to go back and invite me. Let me go with them. And I could probably, I think Deds right now is saying that's probably a bad idea. That's probably a bad idea, Brent, because you would probably beat the shit out of Zach. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. But I'd make sure and tell him there's nothing dark or evil there. Let's do a real investigation. Let's see what type of investigator I know you really are. Because I think if they went in there and did it right, I think people would love it. Not like I'm trying. You're like, yeah, put Brett on TV. And no, don't worry. It's not GA that has been calling me. I'll tell you that. It's not Destination Fear. It's not Ghost Adventures. That much I will tell you guys. Because I'll tell you, if it was any bigger than that, I don't think I could keep a secret. It'd be like, I'm just telling you guys like this. I'll just mumble through my hands. Doesn't even do NSP justice, no. But like I said, Dads, let me go in with these big TV shows. Let Susan, Chris, and Joe be part of the investigation. Keep the camera on them. And let them show the hosts of the show walking next to them as they show them the spots. And watch the reaction they get with the evidence that comes out with them being there. I mean, hell, you saw what happened when Chris was with us. Special shout out to Chris, by the way. I know he'll watch this later. Blobber the Creeper. You know what's going to happen. Oh, look at the devil. No. But yeah, I really want to see either Joe, Chris, or Susan on camera with one of those guys. And be like, all right, guys, this is what we're doing. The spirits are our friends. Their stories are here. We'll teach them to you. Don't get out of line with them. These men have a story to tell you. Sit down, get comfortable, and freaking listen. Just ask questions. Ask fair questions. Kindred spirits, but I find use psychic too much. I have some issues with psychics. I've found a couple that were truly legitimate, but I've also found some that are very hokey. So, like I said, you take the good, you take the bad, and you don't let the bad ruin the good ones. Because I will say, let me get past this part. Okay, siren. Uh, there's a couple of psychics in Vegas, or one in Vegas, Lisa Lee, very good psychic. Okay, just ambulances. And another one who does work with Zach and some of these other shows, Patty Negri, absolute angel, true psychic, and Chip Coffey. Three very talented individuals. Three true psychics. And it'd be an honor to work with either Chip or Patty. Uh, Lisa too, but her and I had kind of a I guess you could say falling out, but still true psychic. I don't hold personal against business. So those three, absolutely amazing. And I just plug for them. Just out of the blue. Chip is the one on Kindred Spirits. I didn't know that. Chip, though, is genuine. Hell of a nice guy. Hell of a psychic. But like a lot of these places, you do need a psychic. If there's somebody trapped there, or there's an answer you just can't find. Best bet is call a good psychic, a very reputable one, and see what they can find. But again, you guys know how I feel about TV shows. Brett is never shy about it. Yeah, it was a close bang, but we've gotten so many close bangs. It's like, locks, a lot of locks and door open close. We had that. We've had that throughout the entire prison on night one. If you remember, we had a Sims recorder. We had God, we had 200 or 300 of them just over the course of the 6 hours that recorder being on. It didn't stop. It was like every 30 to 45 seconds, and they came in patterns. Boom, 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 boom. It's like, what the hell? Yeah, and Dead's spot on that one. We were hearing voices. It's like just walking around. It's like, did we catch them on our recorders that we were carrying? Probably. I'm almost willing to bet, well, since my recorder didn't go the full time for some dumb reason, on Dead's portacapture that he carried around, I'm willing to bet we're probably going to get 50 EVPs, if not more. The amount that him and I heard between us, because we'd be like, hey, did you just say something? No. A few seconds later, hey, did you say something? No, I'm not talking. We're just trying to feel for the energy around there. And it's like, wait a minute here. We just heard something back here. We better stop. And it happened during setup, during cleanup, and throughout the entire investigation. It never stopped for 3 nights. I was even shocked to the amount of activity that went on behind those walls. Every time you come near these recorders, it comes alive, yes. And that's something Susan told me. That Brent, the more you come here, the more the spirits are going to communicate. And the fact the spirits call through me, through the spirit box, and I'm not even on property, that is... that's absolute insanity on that level. I'm in Vegas, spirit box in the prison. Where's Brent? It's like, what? Yeah, where's Brent? It's like, tell him I'll be back. And like Chris made a comment on my Facebook page. He's like, you guys do it right. And that sticks with me. Susan, Chris, they've all said, you guys do it right. you had any idea what that actually means to me. To have the caretakers of a location say, Brent, you're doing it right. Everybody else just flies through. You're there and you're doing it right. We're good on this section. It does so much for me as an investigator. It makes me want to become even better at what I'm doing for not just the prison, but the locations that I visit. It's like, Brett, you're doing it right. Just keep doing what you're doing. So yeah, it's good for me. Okay, 5, there's 6. Okay, might not be a lot. Ooh. This might be a very, very slow recorder. Let's see. Let's kind of peruse through this. Oh, shit. All right. At least we know what to expect. So, let's get on with section 3. Let's get comfortable. Dads, yes. The paranormal hangover is real. It is a terrible thing. Let me see if I can find this picture real quick. I don't know where it is. Now, I want to show you guys something if I can find it. That's a big if right now. Doing this, I'm going to turn off my camera. Listen to the audio. Yeah, pots of coffee is an understatement. That's definitely an understatement. All right, Dej, just keep me in the loop on that. We'll definitely try. He's got a relative up here that investigates, so he's familiar with it. Awesome. That'll help. Definitely help. Where this fucking picture is at to share with you guys. Huh. I don't know where this picture's at. This is actually gonna irritate me. I have to find it for another stream. Just trying to find a picture for you guys of my paranormal hangover, so you guys get an idea of how how fucked up it actually is. Ah, screw it. I can't find it. One of those things, guys. You can't find every picture when you need it. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Did I ever upload it? No, I didn't. You never really realize how many pictures you upload until you try to go through them all to find one. It's kind of actually funny. Going, okay, how far do I want to go back here? I don't know if we're going to get anything else on this recorder, guys. This is exasperating. There it is. Now, you guys want to see a paranormal hangover? That's what a paranormal hangover looks like. That is a paranormal hangover to beat hell. Well, we get activity when we're in there. It's just when we're not in there, we're not getting anything. But yeah, that's Brett with a paranormal hangover. absolutely horrible. We were up for like freaking like 30 hours. But yeah, there's a couple areas I'm not gonna focus on next year. We gotta find places to put all the recorders. But we have gotten 6 EVPs out of this. We've gotten recorders where we've gotten less, so it's not entirely a bad thing. It's just not the caliber we're used to. There's recorders where the first 20 minutes we got 3 or 4 EVPs. Then the next 6 hours we didn't get squat. Then the last 3 or 4 minutes we ended up getting something. So it's really hit and miss. You never know. But next year I'm going to be spending more time in each area with just a recorder and my GoPro, and set up recorders like normal, but actually spend a good hour in there just talking and see what we get. So we shouldn't be too bad off. But as I've also said, spirits don't actually always communicate. Yeah, they might be there, but they might see our equipment and go, no, not tonight. Like, I could set the recorder in the same place next year, and we get 30 freaking EVPs. What was that, a horn? Yeah, that's a horn. Debunk that. Deads, I think we did a pretty damn good job. Next year, get more involved. Just start thinking of questions. But I think we did a pretty damn good job. We backed each other up the way we needed to on the investigation. Yeah, I think you did a damn good job, dude. But what everybody else thinks, I don't know. Uh, we're already well above average, well above what we should be. Basically, take this recorder out of the equation with 4 to go at 168. If we get 200 EVPs out of night 1, I'll be happy, because that'll put us at 600. That will put us at 600 average. Yeah, I don't know if we had this many at this point last year. Like I said, last year was 469 in 2 nights. So 469, that's 235. We need to be at least 235 by the end of night 1. If we're at 235 by the end of night 1, we're perfectly on track. Which means we need 66 more EVPs. 66 EVPs in 4.5 recorders. I think we can do it. Plus, remember, we got the GoPro in execution viewing yet to go through. That's going to be our butter. because the execution viewing with the GoPro night 3, I'll tell you right now, we probably had a solid hour of evidence. I'm talking a full hour of nothing but activity. So that's good. That's kind of what we're aiming for, kind of what we're gunning for. I don't want to solely rely on execution viewing. Like I said, we got Dead's porta-capture. He carried all night. We're going to get substantial evidence out of that. We're going to get evidence out of my H3VR, even though it's only got a couple hours of audio. We still got the Tascam DRO5. We still got my Tascam, So we've got some ways to go. Do you have good audio with the audio on the GoPro sucks ass. That's why I put a microphone with it. I put a little miniature Rode mic on it because I have the media mod. Even with the media mod on the GoPro, the audio still sucks. You have to put a external microphone on it to get anything good. So yeah, that's the good with the bad on that one. It is what it is. That's why, if I get the GoPro Hero 8, get the media mod with it, I have a Sennheiser shotgun microphone that I can put with it. Or I can get a couple more miniature mics. We'll figure that out as that gets closer. But anyways, guys, unfortunately, we didn't get any evidence tonight. We're 17 minutes into Section 3 of 2 hours, 4 minutes, 16 seconds. Section 4 is only like 15 minutes. So another 4 shows we should be done with this recorder. Let's say 3 shows. Let's be right. Another 3 shows on this recorder. We'll move on to the Tascam. Hold on, let's figure this out real quick. No, that's evidence. I don't want evidence. I want the other file. I've got the Tascam, Dead's DRO5X. So my DRO5, his DRO5, the porta-capture, and the Zoom H3 VR. And that's 10 gigs of audio. So night 1 on the H3 VR for me is, where is that? 2 hours. 2 hours and 40 minutes of audio. So somehow my H3 VR dropped about 3.5 hours of audio for night 1. I don't know how. What do you want to do for the next recorder? I think I'm going to do probably your recorder in Infirmary. We had pretty good luck on mine, so I think we're going to do Infirmary next. Yeah, it's a lot of silence, but we're going to save your porta-capture for last. Do my H3 VR second to last. Do my Tascam third to last, and do your Tascam next in Infirmary. I think that's going to be the schedule. Between that, I'll throw in the video for picking up the equipment. And very last, we're going to do GoPro and execution viewing. Like I said we're going to leave that for the very end. And I meant it. We're going to save the best for last on almost all the video. The very last thing we're going to do on all 3 nights is execution viewing. Because that's where the butter is. And that kind of, I hate saying it like this, but it kind of forces you guys to come back to see it. When's Brent going to play it? When could the last show be? Beats the shit out of me. But we'll get to it, and it's going to be good. Anyways, guys, I truly thank you for being here tonight. We should get a hat mount for the GoPro. Now, I'm going to stick with the gimbal. That way I know where it's going. That way I can watch the battery, I can watch everything. And we'll talk about that as time goes on. The gimbals gives it extra battery life, and I think we both should probably do that. But we'll get to that on another show, and we still got 239 days. Anyways, Deds, David, everybody else who's in here, have a great night, and thank you for being here. You guys have an amazing rest of your evening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Y'all have a good night, and God bless. See y'all later.